So, by now, we have all heard Andrew Tate and his brother have been arrested in Romania on sex trafficking charges. I know that the memes and all of that stuff coming out of this have been really funny. They've been really entertaining. And I mean, hell, a really horrible person is potentially being put away. And considering the fact that they found women in his residence who were being forced to do sexual acts so that he could go to his OnlyFans and brag about it, that doesn't really bode well for Andrew Tate. So, unless those loose Romanian laws, in his words, have some gigantic loophole that he can sort of worm his way through, he's probably getting put away for a while. So, all of you Andrew Tate fans who are probably still out there because I've been reading your fucking comments all over the internet just out of morbid curiosity. Ha ha! But what I really want to say, beyond all of that stuff, and what I will say more, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say, is that this is but one person. This is the most, or one of the most prominent sex traffickers in the world, one of the most prominent sexual abusers in the world. The guy has made no bones about it. He has left a breadcrumb trail of his own doing, of his own volition. He led the police to him in this fucking, you see that this picture here, he was talking to Greta Thunberg on Twitter, trying to ratio her with shit like this. Hello, Greta Thunberg. I have 33 cars. My Bugatti has a blah, 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 my manly car bullshit. And there he is, pumping gas into it. Congrats, you got 33 cars. I wonder how they'll sell at the auction. It is funny, the way that he got caught, and he should be mocked mercilessly, of course. But remember, the whole reason he's in Romania is because he felt the laws there would protect him as a sexual assailant. And I hope, no matter what comes of this case, more countries in Europe will take a look at their sex trafficking laws, because he's one of a million. He's one of tons of other sex traffickers out there that you're not hearing about, the stories that you're not reading on the internet, because this guy has just been one of the most vocal. He's been one of the most prominent. And, you know, it's very possible that another Andrew Tate will pop up in his place. So, what more do I have to say about this? You know, it's pretty cut and dry. An asshole has been put away, and I want to talk to the innocent until proven guilty people, whether you're a fan of Andrew Tate or whether you're just somebody who's standing in the middle and you're, looking at both sides. There's no two sides to this. If you are in the latter camp, just kind of standing in the middle, there are not two sides to this. This guy is a rapist, and this guy has raped. He's guilty 6 ways from Sunday. But he's innocent until proven guilty. Let's take a look at the breadcrumb trail that he has left for himself and the police. I like Eastern Europe as a whole because corruption is far more accessible, said Tate, while adding how he enjoys being able to buy off cops and other law enforcement officials so that they do not infringe on his business operations and personal habits. Now, what, pray tell, do you think those personal habits are? Well, let's do a little bit more digging. Here are some quotes, because he's such a quotable guy. And these are from the Twitter that he was banned from. Most of them. If you put yourself in a position to be raped, you must bear some responsibility. Why would you be with a woman who's not a virgin anyway? She's used goods, secondhand. This one here. The idea of women being used up or used goods once they reach a certain age, or that they're not sexually viable anymore once they reach a certain age. Promoting the idea that women are inferior based on what they can provide sexually to men is fucking disgusting. There's no other way to put it. It is fucking disgusting. But this idea of all of the other ideas that he's puked out of his miserable fucking face over the years is the one that I have read and heard so often, because a lot of men, unfortunately, do believe in that bullshit. That once a woman reaches a certain age, she's no longer there are celebrities who have said that, they'll never date a woman older than 30 or 40 or whatever. And there's so many people, so many men who think that they age so much more gracefully than women, so that because of that, they're entitled to date a woman who's 30 or 40 years their senior. And that's fucking gross too. Just this whole idea I would really like to see die. But I highlight this one because it's the one that I see bandied around quite a bit by men. Even men who would consider themselves anti Andrew Tate would probably still think that, once they reach their 50s, they're not going to want to be with another woman in their 50s because she's all used up. And it's just, there's no scientific basis behind it. There's no factual basis behind it whatsoever. It's just more man bullshit. Again, as long as there are power dynamics, men will find ways to pervert them. And, in general, people will find ways to pervert them. But I focus on men because this kind of thing is still so fucking prevalent in the 21st century. Sex trafficking going under the radar in so many different countries. By extension, if I have responsibility over her, then I must have a degree of authority. One of the best things about being a man is being territorial and being able to say, that is mine. So women to him are property. This is, become pretty obvious. I'm not a rapist, but I like the idea of just being able to do what I want. I like being free. Ask the women that you've raped how they feel about that. And that's this one, he, of course, going to the Bible. That's like, as George Carlin said, the last refuge of a man without an argument. Read the Bible. Every single man had multiple wives. Not a single woman had multiple husbands. It's against the will of God. It's disgusting. So he goes to religion to try to substantiate his sexual assault lifestyle and his pickup artist lifestyle. Women belong in the home. They can't drive. They're a man's property. He said, fuck. This is what he said he would do to a woman if he found out that they cheated on him. It's bang out the machete, boom in her face, and grip her by the neck. Shut up, bitch, he says in one video, acting out how he'd attack a woman if she accused him of cheating. Okay, never mind, it's if a woman accused him of cheating. In another, he describes throwing a woman's things out of the window. In a third, he calls an ex-girlfriend who accused him of hitting her, an allegation he denies, a dumb hoe. So, this is what we're dealing with. If ever there were a time to cast away the notion of innocent until proven guilty, I'm not saying they should throw him in jail before his sentencing or his hearing. Or, he deserves a fair and speedy trial like everybody else, with emphasis on speedy. But more than being happy that this guy is gone and out of the way, I mean, we've seen over this past decade or so just how many prominent men out there are involved in this kind of behavior. Jeffrey Epstein, Harvey Weinstein, this guy, Kevin Spacey. Although that's from a, it's a bit different. But those are like the big ones who were just right there in everybody's face. Ghislaine Maxwell. People who were just there. And for all of that time, we're trafficking and grooming and sexually assaulting and raping and just being horrible fucking human beings. So my hope with this is not just that we get more spicy, tasty memes and things to laugh at, but we get actual progress when it comes to stamping out exploitation of women. When it comes to the narrative that gets spread about women by people like this, that they can be used up, or that they can be treated as objects, or that they can even be seen as objects, or that they're subservient, that they're inferior, that they don't deserve equal rights, that you can say that, no, I don't want you to drive because you're a woman, and apply all these stereotypes to them. These are all things as a result of this that I hope we all keep in our collective consciousness and urge our governments and our leaders to do more about. So that's what I got to say about this. Fuck you, Andrew Tate, and fuck everybody who still believes in this man, if I may be so bold to call him that, and his message, you are just as big of a pile of human filth as he is, and I don't want to see you anywhere near this fucking channel. Have a good day, folks. Or me in real life. Ugh.